The following announcement has been paid for by the Boss Salad Tosser. Welcome to the House of Phil on Fire Edition. Phil says you bring the peanut butter and I'll bring the jam. Boom shakalaka.
Welcome to Tales from the Grind. I am the B-O-S-S, capital S-A-L-A-D-T-S-R, Boss Salad Tosser. And today, I'm going to talk about this Instacart that was pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious. It's hilarious in my view. I don't know what people are going to think about this, but also, I need to explain about the grind. The grind is basically gig apps. Anyone that's out there doing gig apps and roaming the streets from the crack of dawn to the early hours in the morning, because for us workers who are the middleman for these folks, there is no off day. Anytime that we gotta make some funds, well, we're out there on the streets taking advantage of the lazy, spoiled folks that don't want to go outside, or they have anxiety, or they just too busy. And today's order involves, it is already red flags, the very, very, very first red flag, before I even started shopping. And I'm going to read this, because this is for people that needs guidance, or will want guidance, and want to see what red flags to look for. This is a red flag right here. When the customer is like, and I haven't even started shopping yet. I'm not even at the store. I am happy to increase your tip after the order is delivered. Please, in giant caps, add my rewards when checking out. 310 blank 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 9 blank blank 4. Thank you. I'm going to repeat this one more time. I am happy to increase your tip. Your tip. This is called tip baiting. Because you should increase my tip anyway, because I'm good at what the fuck I'm doing, which is shopping for your ass. Okay? This is a red flag. Usually people will send this type of message towards the end. They don't send it towards the beginning. Okay? And this is also a Kroger's order, aka routes, which is you get a code. You get Instacart little BS code and this other thing to scan. So this is already a problem unless you're going to self-checkout. But they don't know that. But this is all a red flag. Because this is already going to be a problem, because it's tip baiting. What is tip baiting? When people put in a big tip on an order and then they take it all once the order is delivered. And when you got to add please in caps, add my rewards, and that's the part that's really kind of deceptive, because I feel like they did this completely backwards. I think it was please add my reward when checking out. I'm happy to increase your tip after the order is delivered. She put this whole thing completely backwards. Whatever. So, get the Kroger's, or I should say Ralph's. I get the Ralph's, and, I started shopping, right? I started shopping at, I'm going to say 6:11. So I have not even been shopping, and you're gonna see the whole conversation over here on the left during this whole thing. But at 6:11, started shopping. 6:12, I am very flustered. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck is fluster. That's not part of my vocabulary. Okay? I don't know what that is. Fluster is not a word I use every day. It's not in my vocabulary, so I don't know what this is. So when she's using I am very flustered, I am very confused. Because if she used, hey, I got confused, it will make more sense to me. But when you say I'm very flustered, this just throws me off. By the way, I have not responded to this customer at all, as you can see. Because once someone is trying to do tip baiting, you don't say nothing. You shut up. You stay quiet. You don't know nothing. Okay? And you don't see nothing. Because when customers are trying to do some breaking the terms of service type shit, okay, and they're doing it publicly, not openly, because the majority of these people are not that bright, okay? Hence why when some of these people tend to do crime, they get caught very quickly instead of, do a crime or do a little petty stuff and get caught up like months later. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people are sloppy, hence why they kind of just do the stuff and don't really think about getting caught or not. They're very, very messy. They're very, very, I guess, flustered. But I'm very flustered. I put the wrong address in the order. How do you put the wrong address in the order? Okay. Usually in LA, there are plenty of places between certain parts of LA where they're the same address but different zip code. But the address she gave me wasn't even close to where I was going to deliver it to. It wasn't even the same place. It needs to come to blank 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 Stone blank blank Sam blank California 9 blank 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 blank, or cancel the order and I'll start over. Okay? At this point, I saw this message. I blink and I continue shopping because I already knew that this order was going to go left field before I started. I saw the first message saying put in my phone number for rewards and I increased the tip. I already knew that this was not going to work. This was going to be canceled. But I had a skimmer of hope and continue doing some shopping here and there. But I already knew this was going to escalate because if you look at the time, it's 6:12. So it's already been a little bit over a minute. 6:15. Please respond. Remember, folks, when someone's trying to do a tip bait on their order, you don't respond. You don't say nothing. You don't see nothing, okay? Because, hey, Instacart these type of jobs will freaking drop you if the order goes wrong and the customer goes to them because Instacart, going to be looking at the conversation you had with the customer. And you sitting there going along with some stuff. Hey, if this is your bread and butter, that's all the evidence they need, and they will drop you as quick, as fast, and ruthless, or I should say as ruthlessly as possible. I know because it happened to me a few times. Luckily, I was able to beat the rap because, well, when you do some dirt, you gotta know I guess you gotta know your rights and all that. That's a good way to describe it. But 6:15, I didn't respond. 6:16, so she didn't even give this a minute. It was like 6:15, 6:16. Please respond. And as I said before, no respond. Okay? Because, and for customers out there, if you put the wrong address, you don't contact me, you contact Instacart. That's the common sense thing to do. You contact Instacart. Do not contact me because I can't do nothing. Because no matter what, Instacart going to tell me to deliver to this address. And if I contact them, they're going to change all that, and they might change my pay because of their screw up. Sometimes they increase it, sometimes they decrease it. But anyway it goes, I didn't feel like doing this order because it was already a pain in my butt before I even started. 6:19, so this is 3 minutes later. And they responded, I'm on my way to Rouse since you are not responding. So this escalated way too quick. Within 8 minutes. Remember, I started shopping at 6:11. This message saying she's on her way to Rouse, or they're on their way to Rouse, was at 6:19. I saw this, so I already saw this, and I decided to hit up Instacart and be like, hey, I think this customer wants to cancel, right? And I didn't talk to the little freaking AI freaking chat thing. I had to sit there and talk to them like physically, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I talked to them and they helped me figure out something that I was curious about. Like when these cancellations comes up, do they look at the conversation between me and the customer to determine a verdict? And sure enough, that's the first thing they did. They looked at the conversation. And the first thing they see is like, I'm happy to increase your tip. After the order is delivered, please add my rewards when checking out. It's in the number. And all I do is say, oh yeah, just look at the conversation. Just look at the conversation. And I think the customer wants to cancel. Apparently, they are on their way to Rouse. I'm not for sure. Because if they're on their way to the grocery store, it sounds like they can do the shopping themselves. But I feel it's kind of dumb, borderline retarded, that if you're telling me you're coming to the grocery store and you have not canceled the order. Because I reached out to Instacart and told them, hey, can y'all cancel this? And usually they make contact with the customer to make sure that they want to cancel this order. They saw this conversation and they realized that, oh, this is a closed book case. Oh, we're gonna cancel this order and you're gonna get your little $10, whatever. All right. But since customer is doing this, so yeah, we're just gonna cancel the order. All right. So they cancel the order. I put back the little few items that did get. So, whatever, right? You think the story should end there. Hey, order got canceled. No back and forth. It didn't take long. In fact, this is like the fastest cancellation of an order ever because they ain't had to contact the customer. They just saw the conversation. They just ended. All right. Took 1 minute. Fastest ever. I wish all Instacart order cancellations work this way. But it doesn't. So, how can this get any better? How about the customer showing up to the grocery store and paging me to come up front? Now, by the time they got to the store, and man, I didn't know this is some Liam Neeson taken type scenario, or I guess that scenario where one of his friends got assaulted and he went out on the streets as if it was a real life movie, looking for this black person that assaulted his friend. But she legitimately showed up to the store, paged me, which was, hey, can we get a Philip Instacart to come to the front of the store? Now, it's the one thing about doing these independent contractors shit. No one knows who you are. I am anonymous. So I can be a complete dick. I can ghost you. You don't know nothing about me. And the only image of me you have is this little itty bitty icon if you're using the app. That's all you have. And it's still already got other black men walking around the store. It's kind of hard to tell who's who. And at the same time, if someone's getting paged, all right, why would they respond? I don't have to respond. They don't have to respond. And not because the order is canceled, but just, hey, why do I need to respond to this? I don't have to. It's not part of my job or my duty. And even then, my tip is not going to increase whether I come up or not. Like, who the fuck heads to the store and pays their shopper as if they're a parent? I am not your personal shopper. See, if I was your personal shopper, it'd be a whole different conversation, and you would have to pay me more than the petty shit that you were paying me. Okay? That's how personal shoppers work. You hire someone like me because I am the best at what I do, and you don't want to do it because your life is busy, you got anxiety, or some whatever fucking shit you're going through. Yeah, that's why you get a personal shopper and not use these apps. Because these apps, we are somewhat protected. Somewhat. Instacart don't care about us, but when you're trying to screw Instacart over, that's when they care about us. Because that leads to lawsuits. Hence why I am still getting money from them. Because of all the little shit that they did in the beginning that they just didn't know. And people like me still continue getting checks every year from these guys. But anyway, that's not important right now. But when a customer does do red flag stuff, hey, don't respond. Be like Lil Wayne. You don't know nothing. You don't see nothing. You're not even in the... When I got a page, when they said on the intercom, because it was on the intercom, can a Philip Instacart come up to the front? I sat there, I smiled, I chuckled, and I kept on strolling. Because no one in the grocery store, even though they know my face and all that, they don't know my name. And they also realize that this is a little crazy. This customer is nuts. And what the hell is this customer is going to do to this dude? What are you going to tell him? That's why you call Instacart. You call the person that you're paying, not the middleman. The middleman don't have to give a fuck. You can get there. You can see you another middleman easily. Cancel damn order. But apparently she didn't know how. And at the end of the day, she showed up to the grocery store, got her shit canceled, and probably ended up shopping anyway. So she ended up wasting more money, and had to do the shopping because she was already at the grocery store. That's also, she's losing time now. Because no one not going to be like, oh, the order got canceled. Y'all, you know what? Let me go home and put in another order. You're already at the store. That'd be kind of dumb to not shop while you're there. But then again, where the grocery was being dropped off at was probably like a mile away. I am Boss Salad Tosser, and this is your Tales from the Grind. Have a good one.